Today is June 28, 2017, and this is me, Mrs. Bingham, to talk about growth mindset. Every day we are faced with ideas and problems that we don't always know how to solve. But the idea is that we need to try and take on that challenge and try and do it versus quitting the first time we see something that looks complicated or difficult. So, for example, in my life, recently I found that I was trying to connect this TV and this other video piece, and I really wanted to just throw the cords and give up. But I looked through the manual, I found some different ideas and looked at some pictures and went on a YouTube video, and I was able to figure it out. And as soon as I turned it on, everything worked. And I felt very accomplished, and I was able to do something that I didn't think I was capable of doing. So sometimes having a growth mindset requires you to step outside of your comfort zone and try and solve the problem that is put before you. Well, good luck at growing that growth mindset. Life of a hockey mom. Today is June 28th, and I'm going to discuss what life is like during the off season. Sometimes it can be rather mundane, sitting on the stands, watching your child glide across the ice, staring off into space, or sometimes it can be very exciting as they get really into it. Then there are days like this that I'm sitting in the stands, freezing, leaning over, bored to death, especially like your son out on the ice waiting for somebody to shoot a puck at him. And then there's other times he shoots the pucks and he makes a goal, and it's super exciting. It's a roller coaster ride. So if you do choose to be a hockey mom, just remember, have a good chair and lots of blankets, and be ready to show lots of support when action is happening. Now that we've listened to the story, The Black Stallion, I want you to think about the order of the story from the beginning, the middle, and the end. And try and summarize your ideas about the book and the story. Now I would like you to work with your partner to answer a few of the following questions. Who are the main characters in The Black Stallion? Where did it take place? What were some events in the beginning, middle, and end of the story? And what is the climax of our story? Take 2 minutes to discuss with your partner. Now with your partner, now that you've discussed many of the different questions leading up to your ability to summarize the information, I want you to now work with your partner and write what is happening for each of the parts. What was one of the main things that happened in the beginning? Okay, put some bullet points here, the main ideas. Then what happened in the middle? You can always add your climax here. And then what was some following things? Then looking at your beginning, middle, and end, I want you to use that information to write a full summary of this story. using what you and your partner discussed, I want you to do this independently. So the summary needs to be done by yourself. Okay? Now let's take some time to share. I want each person to grab their summary, and I want you to go and find one person. We're going to take 1 minute and share our information with each other. And last, I would like us each to be able to submit our summary of the Black Stallion. Okay? Check your work and make sure it is complete. And then go ahead and submit.
iPad Media Camp Day 2 with Paul, Olivia, Renee, Jordy, and Matt.
We learned how to use cool apps like See, Saw, Explain Everything, Shadow Puppet, and Voice Record.
With these apps, we learned how to make new projects, such as student-led conferences, showing what you know using Seesaw, family history or storytelling, get-to-know-me activities with Pic Collage, showing the process of learning and the steps, student examples, and possibly using proficiency skills with assessment.
Oh, and some of our major takeaways are it's easy, muy fácil. And tech has changed for the better. Everyone is involved, which makes it engaging. All voices are heard. It's exciting. You get to showcase your learning, and it's collaborative.
And the bottom line is, when it comes to the iPad, just do it. Don't be afraid. Embrace it. Live life. Love it.
So my question of the day is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live and why? Please tell me.
If I could travel to any country, I would travel to Brazil. I heard there are some amazing waterfalls that I would love to see, and also some old towns that have a lot of culture and a lot of history, and that's why I would like to go to Brazil.
If I were to live anywhere in the world besides Jackson Hole, it would definitely be Hawaii. I've been there several times, and it is just surrounded by ocean. There's rainbows. The North Shore is, got rain and just gorgeous beaches and trees, and the air smells like flowers. It's amazing. And then my favorite beach in the world is called Polihali, which is on the west side of the island, and it's just super long, and sometimes you can find sunrise shells there.
If I could live anywhere other than Jackson, because that would be my first preference, I would probably live in Arizona, because that's where I actually grew up. I lived there until I was 10 years old before I moved to the Boston area with my family. My family still lives in the Boston area, but to me, Arizona has all these really good memories of walking through the desert, which was my backyard, just the smell after rain, and Easter egg hunting and cacti, and walking through the Grand Canyon. And so, yeah, I think that's where I would move.
So my question of the day is, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live and why? Please tell me.
If I could travel to any country, I would travel to Brazil. I heard there are some amazing waterfalls that I would love to see, and also some old towns that have a lot of culture and a lot of history, and that's why I would like to go to Brazil.
If If I could live anywhere other than Jackson, because that would be my first preference, I would probably live in Arizona because that's where I actually grew up. I lived there until I was 10 years old before I moved to the Boston area with my family. My family still lives in the Boston area, but to me, Arizona has all these really good memories of walking through the desert, which was my backyard, just the smell after rain, and Easter egg hunting and cacti, and walking through the Grand Canyon. And so, yeah, I think that's where I would move.
If I were to live anywhere in the world besides Jackson Hole, it would definitely be Hawaii. I've been there several times, and it is just surrounded by ocean. There's rainbows. The North Shore is, got rain and just gorgeous beaches and trees, and the air smells like flowers. It's amazing. And then my favorite beach in the world is called Polihali, which is on the west side of the island, and it's just super, super long, and sometimes you can find sunrise shells there.
Adventures of... Once upon a time, there was a crowd of banshees rumbling through Jackson Hole, Wyoming, seeking victims to allure into their devilish games. The banshees include Junkie Jordy, Precious Paul, Rowdy Renee, Ostentatious Olivia, and their boisterous boys. They rounded corners and seeked out adventure by stealing cards, forcing townies to follow the leader, bar hopping, and downright dirty deeds.
I think I just won.
Actions speak louder than words. The ability to get out and do the work was an effective use of our learning time. I could use this in my classroom for TPR, reflection of learning, and support students to integrate within our school and community. Happy adventure!
Shake it off, no, don't do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all